Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I'm Hermie Tarot, and this is my YouTube channel. Now in today's reading, we're going to be asking Spirit what is on this person's mind when they think about you. This reading is intended for Platonic and romantic connections, so either or. It's not strictly romantic, it's not strictly Platonic, which means that I will be doing my best to get messages for both categories that applies to. This has worked pretty well in the past, so I hope that doesn't dissuade you from choosing today's reading. I'll do my best to make sure that you can walk away feeling like you have clarity and that you're well informed on how your person's mind is when they think of you. There is going to be an extended reading. The extended reading is going to be getting more clarity around your connection and how your connection is going to move forward. So this is what I'm kind of thinking of doing based on that sort of idea. I want to do a person A, person B style for the extended, and I want to have a look at the energies of person A and person B in this connection, and then I want to have a look at the intentions and actions, and we're going to have a look at what Spirit wants you to know about this connection as the viewer. The idea behind doing it person A, person B is that you will ultimately resonate with one of those people and your person will then be the other person. So this stops me from typecasting you, the viewer, as a specific energy in case you resonate more as your person's energy. I hope that makes sense. It does work in other readings. People seem to get a lot out of it compared to when I just do you versus them. So to get there, we do have to start here. I have my Celestial Bodies Oracle deck ready to go. I'm going to be shuffling cards out for each of the groups. Spirit, tune me into the collective energy, those who chose this reading. If you want to skip ahead, the timestamps are in the description box and the pinned comment. Tune me into the collective's energy, those that chose this reading. For Group 1, Spirit, what card best describes the energy of Group 1 situation? We have Grand Trine coming out for Group 1. What card best describes the energy of Group 2's situation, Spirit? We have Waning Crescent Moon coming out for Group 2. And what card best describes Group 3's energy, Spirit? Okay, Group 3. You guys got Void of Course Moon, and you also got Mercury. And what about Group 4, please, Spirit? What card best describes the energy of Group 4's reading? We have Mutable in the reverse position. Let me just get crystals for each of the groups now. Okay, so having a look at the crystals for each of the groups. Over here, Group 1, you have this beautiful crystal, and you guys should know by now I'm terrible with names of crystals. So have a look at the colors, the textures. Each of the crystals are the same heart shape. If you feel drawn towards this crystal or the Grand Trine card, you'll be a part of Group 1's reading. Group 2, you have this beautiful crystal right here. It does still have the sticker on the back. I haven't been able to peel it off. Oh, there we go, there's a chunk. But it's a very beautiful jasper looking crystal. If you feel drawn towards the colors or the textures on this crystal or the waning crescent card, then you'll be a part of Group 2's reading. I'm sorry about my nails. I have been on a journey for the last month, so I'm getting my nails done, but honestly, it's not a priority for me, so hopefully it doesn't distract you too much from your reading. Group 3, you guys have this beautiful crystal. It's very light. It feels like it's a type of jade, but I'm not too sure. So if you feel drawn towards this crystal, or the Mercury or Void of Course cards, then you'll be a part of Group 3's reading. And last but not least, over here we have I'm pretty sure this is a sodalite crystal. If you feel drawn towards the colors or the textures of this crystal or the mutable card. You'll be a part of group 4's reading. Let's just zoom you in a little bit. Those are the 4 groups. When you know which of these 4 groups you feel most drawn to, click on the timestamps in the description box or the pinned comment and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Welcome to your reading. If you recognize this heart or this card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. So we're asking Spirit, what is the person on your mind's thoughts about you? What's on their mind when they think about you? Now, this is technically an reading that is for both romantic and platonic connections. So I am going to be reading for both, just in case. I'll be pulling out messages for both, and I'll try to specify as well as we get into the readings. Now, first and foremost, you guys have seen my nails, okay? They are crazy with a capital AZ. I have been traveling for the last 4 weeks, and I've just been home for about 4 days, so going to the nail salon was not a priority after backpacking for 4 weeks. I just wanted to scrub my body and get some sleep. Now that I've done that, I'm back in the chair ready to work. It's highly likely that partway through this reading my nails will change, but unfortunately you guys still get this version. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into your reading. Spirit, tune me into my group 1's energies, please. Tune me into the energy of this connection and their person's thoughts about them. I'm picking up on an interesting feeling. Spirit, what is this person thinking about when they think of my group 1s? What does this person think about? We have the Page of Cups coming out for you first. What does this person think about when they think of my group 1s, please, Spirit? What does this person think about? We also have the 9 of Cups. What do they think about, Spirit? Okay. We have the Moon. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. And at the back of the deck is the Knight of Swords. Now, I apologize for all that glare over there. Maybe I can... Oh, but I don't want to let the light... It's a bit tricky. Unfortunately. Yeah, because if I close the blinds, like, that's how dark it's going to be. We might just have to put up with it. Okay, so let me just tune into your person's energy when they think of you. Speaking of energy, we were supposed to get an energy card. I might use this deck. I'm using a lot of the decks that I've acquired in the last 2 months, and you guys may be sick of them, but I've had like a break from reading, so I just came back and was like, I miss my decks, so I'm going to keep using them until I get sick of them. Spirit, what is this person's energy? We have the Talisman, and we have the Willow Tree. They always get the repeat cards. We have Lost Parrot at the back of the deck. So interesting. There's so many cards in that deck, but I feel like I just get the same 5 cards, which is wild. Okay, so tuning into your person's energy, group 1, I feel like your person, I know Grand Trine was reversed, but I feel like this person is trying to problem solve at the moment. Because this card is a primary energy of trying to like make the most out of a tense situation, or trying to make all these big energies work, it almost feels like this person is under a lot of pressure here, and their energy towards this connection is that the two of you may have been through something where you're both just having to kind of figure out, okay, how can we turn like lemons into lemonade? Because there is still a lot of potential in this connection. For some of you, this is a newer connection. And for others of you, this is a connection that the two of you have a very beautiful foundation of appreciation for each other. If this is a platonic connection, this person really values your presence in their life as a friend, and they really enjoy your company, and they really want more opportunities to kind of get to know the two of you, to get to know more about you and understand how your worlds can work together. And I really think that the same themes apply for those who are in romantic connections as well. This person is really finding that this connection has a beautiful foundation of harmony, and that there is a lot of opportunity for your connection to turn into something more serious. I think they really appreciate your company, and they really appreciate you for how you've showed up for them so far. There is an energy here of flirting with the Page of Cups, fun, light-hearted interactions, a little bit of like playful banter and conversation. And I think that this person sees you as someone that really brings them a lot of joy. There's a lot of light-hearted energies here. On top of the light-hearted energies, we have some heavier stuff over this side specifically. So I think that when this person thinks of you, they think about the fact that there is a lot that could come out of this connection if they really wanted it to. There seems to be layers of thoughts. There's the fun, sort of light-hearted thoughts, and then there's the deeper thoughts that require more reflection, because this person has feelings for you that they feel are quite deep, and they probably haven't fully disclosed what they've been feeling and how they've been thinking. The moon is giving secrecy, especially with that swirling pattern. Sorry, I've got the guidebook in my hands. Let me just hold this page. Especially with that swirling pattern, it feels like secrecy. It feels like confusion, and it also feels like them trying to ascertain how they feel. With the 5 of Cups reversed, it makes me think that this person is trying to make the most out of this whole experience with you, trying to make the most out of the interactions with you. And if there have been any moments where you've both found it to be a little bit challenging or confusing, they've always tried to look at the positive in that situation. Now, when we look at the Grand Trine in the Celestial Bodies guidebook, it reminds us that a Grand Trine consists of 3 trines, which form this equilateral triangle. Grand Trines symbolize harmony, flow, foundation, and reciprocity within your chart. Much like this trine aspect in general, much like the trine aspect in general, but amplified. This is notable as it links planets in all 3 signs of the same elemental signature in the chart, bolstering the chart in question, making it rich in the qualities of that element. So, in shadow, Grand Trines may content us with the status quo, and they are the least combustive aspect pattern. And it did come out in shadow. I moved it in its light, which means it's more stabilizing and can grant peace and eternal balance to the person in question. So this card, when it pops up in a spread, comes with the question, how do you understand the reciprocal flow of energy in your chart And what do you do to embody the qualities of the grand trine if need be? That makes me think that when this person thinks of your connection, they are thinking about ways to balance this connection more and to make sure that they are giving as much as they're getting. It seems this person does not want you to lose interest in them, and they seem very determined to make sure that you are exactly where they want you to be, because this person wants more of your time, your energy, your companionship. Now, the oracle cards tell us a little bit more about this person's energy towards you, kind of like a puzzle, unlocking more pieces for me as the reader. Their thoughts of you are overall very optimistic. It would be very surprising for me to know that you two are not on the same page, because the only thing that I could fault with tarot is that this person may over-romanticize this connection at times. They may project a fantasy onto this connection and onto you. And the bottom deck energy with the Knight of Swords reversed is also a hint that they're not always acting on how they think, and they're not always acting on how they feel. Although they may think a certain way and feel a certain way, the Knight of Swords indicates somebody who is more reserved and holds back, who doesn't want to rush things or feel impulsive. And so that's why I thought we need to get an energy reading just to see what is actually going on here. And Talisman with Willow Tree and Lost Parrot helps kind of indicate a little bit more. To me, with the Talisman coming out, this person's energy towards you has, a facet of them kind of coming across as protective. Now, on first instincts, it feels like this person is protecting a part of themselves and a part of their reality. When it comes to this connection, I see a lot of rose-colored glasses energy. Someone who is really trying to look at the best, looking at the best possible outcome, the best possible situation. Someone who is really focused on the positives. And the talisman may indicate that part of them is sheltering their own perception from the uglier truths, or the more realistic truths, or the harsher truths, things that do not align with this rose-colored glasses energy. Upon further inspection, this talisman energy is also saying that they are protecting this connection from something else and someone else as well. And it feels like Spirit is saying that this person is protecting this connection from other people in their lives. Now, I do think that there is an element of jealousy here, and I think that you would be aware of this because this person may keep you from other people. They may not like it when you are kind of interacting with other people that they know, or they may try to physically make sure that you guys get a lot of alone time together. I think that part of this person is afraid that you are going to lose interest in them, and so they try to project an idealized version of themselves onto you so that you can see them in this positive light at all times. They're afraid that they may lose you to someone who you find more interesting. Now, the key words behind this card in the guidebook are gifts, heirlooms, protections, and good luck. This meaningful charm appeared in your life years ago. You can't remember from where or from whom, but it has gained importance over time, and you rarely leave home without it. Maybe it's good luck, or maybe it instills the faith you seek. I think that overall, this is an energy of this person feeling like they have something very unique with you, very precious that they need to protect. And so they do have intentions of trying to make the most out of this connection with you, and they're always thinking of ways to give back and to try to do what they can to keep you interested in seeing them again. A very giving energy. Now, let's have a look at this willow tree energy a little bit more. On first glances, this willow tree is giving me a very peaceful feeling. It's giving me a very breezy, sort of positive feeling. And I think that overall their energy towards you is that they're very happy with how the connection is right now. The guidebook reminds us that the key words with this card are peace, appreciation, understanding, and spring. It's the middle of spring and you're walking through a blooming meadow as you come across a majestic willow tree. The sunlight spills through the cascading leaves and you decide to sit under it. Peace washes over you, and so does your newfound appreciation for life. I really think that this willow tree is them overall enjoying the connection for what it is right here, right now. I can't help but feel like their energy towards you is that they really kind of, I don't know how else to say it. I think I'm kind of like beating an old drum at this stage, but they look up to you, they admire you, they definitely have feelings for you. And if this is a romantic connection that you haven't had a lot of growth or progress in, or it's a newer connection, I do feel like this person has a crush on you. I think that their feelings are developing, and their feelings are probably developing a lot quicker than what they were expecting. Let's have a look at that lost parrot. From memory, the lost parrot is a card that kind of talks to us about freedom. It's there to kind of show us this exotic bird that somebody has lost because they tried to tame it. And then there's the ethical morality question of, was it ever really a pet? Was it ever domesticated? The lost parrot, has it secretly found the freedom that it's always deserved? So the guidebook reminds us that this card is associated with the keywords missing the past, misconception about belonging, feeling lost and already gone. You come across a flyer for a lost parrot stapled to a telephone pole. You rip up a phone number as if you'll ever find a missing bird. You can't hold on to something that was never truly yours to begin with. I think this person feels very incredibly lucky to have you in their life and to have any form of connection to you. They feel incredibly lucky to be able to say that they know you and to be able to say that they have a connection to you. I feel like this person sees you as something quite exotic, as something rare, as something precious, and they really enjoy any opportunity to interact with you. Their thoughts of you are overall very, very positive, my group ones. Let's see if there is any other I don't know what else I could really ask. If this isn't if this isn't your perception of the connection, sorry, I have a very dry cough at the moment. If this isn't your perception of the connection, the extended reading may be a bit more helpful for you, as we will be looking into what is really going on in your connection, especially moving forward. I'm going to be breaking it down person A, person B style, having a look at each person's energy towards the connection, each person's intentions and actions towards the connection. And then we're going to have a look at the energy of the connection moving forward, what is going to be happening next, and we're going to get advice for you, the viewer. I don't really know what else to say about this person, so we might just have a look at their I want to say their perception of you, but I think we've really cleared that. What else could we do? We might get some channeled messages. Spirit, what would this person want to say to my group 1 viewers? What would this person want to say? We have the 9 of Swords. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before. We have the 9 of Swords again. Have I lost everything in the reverse position? We have the Devil card, Sex, reversed. What does this person want to say to my group 1s? We have the 6 of Cups. I'm absolutely in love with you. And at the back of the deck is the 8 of Wands. I imagine you naked, reversed. So when we have a look at this person's channeled messages, I'm seeing an interesting energy here of a lot of tension. We've got 9, 8, 6, and then 6 again. I feel like this person has a lot internalized that they haven't expressed to you clearly. You guys may feel like you have a very close connection to this person, but I still feel like there's another side to them that they haven't showed you yet. And this will resonate especially for those who are aware of this person taking time out for themselves, or kind of holding back, or feeling like they're holding back. Whether this is a newer connection or not, this person has layers to them. They could have scorpionic influence in their chart, but it just feels like overall this person has been thinking about something, especially with that moon energy and now these nines. They've been thinking about something that they really want to communicate. They're not quite ready yet. They're just kind of enjoying the moment as it is. But there are layers of communication and truth that they need to reveal to you. And I can see with these two nines of swords that a lot of these layers of communication are kind of coming through as opportunities to clear things up. If you've been feeling like they haven't been as expressive or authentic, they have definitely been holding back. And I think that their mind is worried that you're overthinking that energy, because I can almost see a period in which this person has pulled back a little bit, maybe changed up their communication style or changed up the way that they've acted. There is an intensity here in this connection that definitely scares them a little bit with the Devil card reverse. They want to make sure that this connection has a stable foundation, and they at times feel unhealthily attached to you. The Devil card with the sex energy can talk about physical gratification and wanting to kind of be in a situation or in a relationship or in a connection due to the physical benefits, the physical pleasure, the physical temporarily gratifying moments. They don't want this connection to be built on that foundation. So they may have slowed things down with you. If this is a romantic connection, they may have tried to kind of do things a little bit differently so that you don't just see them as someone who wants sex with you. If this isn't a romantic connection and more platonic, I do feel like this person is trying to make sure that they're getting all their needs met, because they don't want to come across as someone that's too dependent on you, too clingy, too needy, too available. They almost are trying to be a bit mysterious, not because they want to be cold, but just because they want to feel like they're not pushing you away or scaring you away by wanting or needing you too much. Now, with these two cards over here, we see this fight for balance. I do think that this person's, what's on their mind mostly is how well the two of you work together. And they at times feel like they don't bring enough to the table. They spend a lot of time thinking about the moments you've shared already. And I believe that their channeled message to you is that they really enjoy your company. They have a lot of fond memories with you already, for my newer connections. They really feel like there is some sort of kindred energy between you, as though you've known each other from a past life. They feel strongly connected to you, and they may even feel like they've known you their whole lives already, for those who are newer here. For those who have known this person for a long, long time, they want you to know that your history has made your bond to one another unbreakable. You're so close to each other. The history that you've shared is so intimate that nothing could really tear the two of you apart. Now, with this card specifically, this person feels like they have a lot that they need to express. This is where I feel the frustration. This is ultimately the Eight of Wands, and it was in this deck to talk more about the sexual energy of the Eight of Wands, the passionate sacral chakra influences behind the Eight of Wands, and the need to be able to express yourself in that way to feel connected to that moment, that person, or that situation. Now, if this is a platonic connection, that card is specifically talking about how your connection hasn't been flowing as well as it could be. And they want you to know that they're aware of how they themselves have been creating blockages in that way. And it's nothing that you've done, but I feel like they have to give you a big explanation. And I think that it's going to be very niche. I don't think I can say an explanation that would be appropriate for all of you, if that makes sense. So I just think you need to know that this person is going to communicate with you They want to explain themselves, and they will explain themselves. Each and every one of you will get that in like platonic connections. For the romantic connections and those who are here for a love interest, whether this is a love-based connection or not, it could just be lust. I feel like this person has a lot of desire for you, and they feel like their desires have led them to see this connection inappropriately at times. I think that your connection is more than that. I think that there is a strong foundation of attraction. I think that this person is very physically attracted to you, and there's a lot of sexual chemistry between the two of you. But I think that that's misled them at times, and I think that that has blinded them from seeing the deeper connection possible here. And they see that now. So I think that they have slowed things down to be able to allow for other opportunities of connection, not just sex, if that makes sense. So let's get some advice from your higher self. Spirit, what does my viewers' higher self want to say to them? What advice do you have for my group 1 viewers from their higher self? We have the 8 of Swords, helpless and hopeless. It feels like your higher self is encouraging you to face your truth, to not feel like a victim in this situation, and to focus on your clarity. The 8 of Swords in this deck is very much about liberation in a situation where you feel helpless and hopeless. And that's mostly because a lot of you have felt like the outcome was in somebody else's hands, or the way out was controlled by somebody else's actions. So your higher self is encouraging you to focus on what you know and on what you can do, and to not let the situation have so much power over you mentally. The 8 of Swords is an opportunity for you to break free. Oh, the word 3, number 3 might be significant. But no, this 8 of Swords is an opportunity for you to break free from thoughts that have become cyclic and that have you feeling like you're just going in circles. When I look at the number 8, I just get that reminder of infinity and the idea of us spiraling. And with this being the 8 of Swords, you may feel like a lot of your thoughts have just been cycling through, going around in circles. Your higher self is encouraging you to break that cycle and to find a solution, and to not just overthink the situation to the point where you're focused more on the problems. There are ways to distract yourself until you have the answers that you need, and there are always things that you can focus your energy into, even when you feel helpless and hopeless or trapped in a situation. So that's what I see for you, my group 1s. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here, and we will go into your extended now, where we're going to have a look at more of the connection in terms of you and this person's energy, intentions, and actions. And then we're going to have a look at what is likely to happen next between the two of you. So if the first part of your reading resonated and you would like to extend your reading and support me, this channel, and this community, the link to your extended reading is in the description box, as well as the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website, Sweet Souls, where I host my extended readings. There are a lot of readings on my website currently, so please make sure that when you're on that page, you are scrolling through or scrolling down to select the right reading. You guys are my group 1s from my What's on Their Mind reading that I posted in July 2024. Make sure you select the right group and the right reading before you check out. Thank you so much, group 1s, for all of your time, energy, and support right here on YouTube. It's been a pleasure to read for you. I hope this reading offered you the clarity that you need. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until our paths cross again. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the waning crescent card here, or this beautiful heart, I don't actually know what type of crystal this is, so I got this a little while ago, and to me it looks like some sort of jasper. if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm not great with crystals, so I'm always going to humbly throw out, I think it's a bumblebee jasper, but I'm going to humbly leave it up to my crystal connoisseurs if you know what type of crystal this is. Obviously, every cut of crystal makes it a little hard to ascertain, and just to kind of keep you on your toes, I'm also filming this on a very rainy day, so it's very hard to see with this lighting as well. Let me see if I can raise that a little bit, get some more light in. That's a little bit better. So, my group 2s, we're asking Spirit today, when the person on your mind thinks of you, what is on their mind? So, I hope that's not too confusing. Essentially, we're just looking into the person on your mind's thoughts of you. And there will be an extended reading as well. The extended reading is going to be more of a breakdown of the energy in your connection. And I did talk about it in the intro, so I'll talk about it more at the end. We essentially have to get through this before we get there. My nails are still busted. I am probably going to get them fixed next week, so in my next video they'll look a lot better. Hope that doesn't distract you too much from your messages. Let's get into it. Put your crystal up here, and we're going to leave your card in the middle. We're going to shuffle out more cards. Now I'm going to be using a tarot deck that I've been using it a lot, is what I'm trying to say, but I still feel, after I had my break, like I haven't seen enough of it. So if you're sick of it, I am sorry, we're going to have to put up with it for a little bit longer. This is my Spirit Speaks tarot deck from Tarot Stack, and it's just the perfect size, and it's got the good energy, that type of neutral, motivated, enthusiastic energy that I want. So we're going to use it. Spirit, tune me into group 2's energy, please. Tune me into group 2's energy. When the person on their mind thinks of group 2, what do they think of? What is on this person's mind, Spirit? What is on this person's mind? We have the Fool coming out for you first. What is on this person's mind when they think of group 2? We have the Knight of Wands coming out reversed. What is on this person's mind, Spirit, when they think of my group 2s? We have the Two of Swords coming out reversed. And we have the Empress upright. The back of this deck is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I'm hearing intimidation, especially once that Empress came out. I don't think it's a bad form of intimidation. I just get the impression that this person is putting a lot of pressure on themselves. This could be a newer connection, but with waning crescent being here next to the Fool, it also feels like this person is running out of time to do something. So they almost feel like they have to do something bold. They have to do something a little bit risky. And it has to be enough to convince you that they've changed for the better. So even if this is a newer connection, I'm getting that you guys may not have the best impression of them right now. It almost feels like with that Knight of Wands reverse that like you maybe aren't taking them seriously, and that's what they're assuming. That seems to be what they're projecting onto this connection, is that you're not taking them seriously. And so they have to really kind of assert their energy into doing something that feels a little risky, bold, and requires a lot of courage. I don't always associate that type of energy with the Fool. Usually the Fool is about taking a leap of faith and doing so without anything holding you back, any inhibitions. So, but this feels like there are reasons that they should be scared. It feels like there are stakes here. I kind of want to get an energy card. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards my viewer, my group 2s? What is this person's energy? Oops, we got a lot of cards. What is this person's energy towards my group 2s, please, Spirit? Okay. We got 2 cards. We have the crystal ball coming out first. We also have runic dice in the reverse position. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards my group 2s? We have inkwell reversed. What is this person's energy towards my group 2s? We have lantern, and a card that just fell out is tincture. I don't know if it fits. It kind of does. I'm going to put it there. You're not really missing too much if it's not fully in frame. You're just kind of missing the edge of the card, not much else. At the back of this deck is Ghost. So we got a lot of energies out on the table now. I wasn't anticipating getting this many cards, but I do feel like this is either a complicated situation or there's just a lot of energy for me to dissect in this group. I'm going to do my best to be concise because I do need to cater towards other groups. As much as I love my group 2s, I've also got group 3 and 4 to do. So hopefully we can get the answers that you need, but if it does resonate and you just feel like you need more clarity, there is the extended reading to consider as well. Now, let's kind of dive into what's on this person's mind when they think of you. I can see that this person thinks of you very highly for the Empress to come out. And we have more indication with the 10 of Pentacles at the back of the deck in the reverse position of this person feeling like you are very high value to the point where it feels a little bit cautious for them to step towards you. Now, for my Platonic connections, this person may be intimidated by your background, by your status. Actually, this is for everybody. They may be intimidated by the legacy that you come from or the legacy that you're creating for yourself. There is an energy here of long-term success that you exude, and the way that they come towards you has to kind of either match that energy or at least that intention. I think that this person sees you as somebody who needs to be taken seriously, and they do see you as somebody who's very selective with their energy. So when they think of you, they think about the fact that you have a lot to offer. You have a lot that you could give, but you're very careful, perhaps selective, about how you invest. The Empress is not somebody who bends over backwards and gives too much. It's a very selective energy. An energy that only invests when it feels like it's worth investing. And I can see here for the Empress to show up in your reading that this person thinks about the benefits of continuing to invest time and effort into this connection. They think about how you are going to pay off in the long run and how a relationship with you, Platonic or romantic, will pay off in the long run. This is somebody who is thinking about the material benefits as well as the sentimental benefits of having someone like you in their life. There is a very giving and gracious energy that you possess, but it has to be earned. And if this person hasn't earned that yet, then they do think about how to do it and whether it's worth doing it. I do think with the 2 of Swords in the reverse position, this is somebody who is thinking about trying to be more clear with you. The 2 of Swords is ultimately a card of choices and decisions, and it can talk about how those decisions are difficult to make because we're trying to balance our logic with our intuition and our instincts with our heart space. So I think with that card reversed, when this person thinks of you, they think about the fact that there are a few anomalies or enigmas that they need to clarify with you. Either on their end, they feel like they haven't been completely clear, maybe obvious about what they want, or it's on your end. They need to clarify what you want and what your intentions are. I do think the Two of Swords reversed is about lots of little conversations that need to be had in order to feel more confident about the bigger decisions and directions as the connection moves forward. If this is a romantic connection, I feel like this person is kind of weighing up whether to take things to the next level with you and how to kind of keep the connection moving forward seamlessly. I do think that for a lot of you, there are more serious intentions here, but I don't know if they feel well informed enough to act upon that. And so they may be playing it safe. They may just be kind of holding back and kind of waiting to see what else is going to come out, what other information they're going to be able to get, what other clarity they're going to be able to receive. And I think with the Fool card being here, this overall thought of doing something kind of big to get a big result. It seems like if this connection has been at a standstill, or it's felt stagnant, or it's felt like a conversation has just been lingering in the air with not much follow-up, this person is aware that in order to kind of get the energy moving, get the momentum in your connection moving, they need to do something, and they need to do it soon, but they also need to do it big. Whatever this something is, these energy cards are going to help reveal a bit more about what that is, but I just want to talk more about their thoughts and their headspace before we kind of delve into their energy towards you. I can see that with the Knight of Wands reversed next to the Fool, there is this weird energy of trying to balance impulses and a desire for physical gratification with this overall idea of expanding the connection long term. This person may not fully know how to kind of maximize the potential between the two of you, how to make the most out of this relationship, platonic or romantic. And so it kind of feels like they're making a few little mistakes as they navigate towards that bigger outcome. They don't feel like they're fully taking you seriously yet, my group twos. It feels like they've kind of got one foot in and their other foot is still out and a bit hesitant. So the Fool card is them thinking about the fact that they need to be all in. They can't be hot and cold. They can't be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They have to be 100% here. And I think that that's why we have the Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck too, because overall this energy feels like I know the right things, like I'm thinking about the right things, but I haven't physically shown group two that I can do it yet. I haven't physically been there in the way that I should. Now, I do think that this person may be concerned about family or career expectations as well on either of your sides, because the Ten of Pentacles reversed can feel like we don't really know what the future holds for us. We don't really know what the future holds for this connection. We are recognizing potential, and we recognize that it's possible because we both want something like this, something long-term, something consistent, something stable, but can we actually have that with each other for the Ten of Pentacles to be reversed? So I do think that overall, my group twos, this person is still kind of in a space of like, I know what the right thing is, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't fully shown it yet. And it does feel like there's a conversation lingering in the air. The waning crescent energy to me is all about energy that is losing momentum, a cycle that is wrapping up, and a feeling of us needing to almost like release aspects of this connection in order to embrace a new cycle. The key terms associated with that card from the guidebook are release, sacrifice, preparation for rebirth, loss, and purge. In light, this phase shows us the power of working to create life with only the most limited of materials, an exercise of restriction. So overall, the energy of this connection is that you guys may be working with what feels like the bare minimum. There may not be a lot of interactions, there may not be a lot of energetic exchanges, and it could feel like you're both just having to kind of pull together what you know in order to make something happen. This card can also talk about fear or anxiety, tunnel vision, and intensity. Making us feel as though we need to teach others a lesson when they really need to learn that on their own. So I do wonder if this energy overall is encouraging you both to pay attention to the lack instead of the potential. What is the lack in this situation actually showing you about this connection, about how you feel, and about what you think? But anyway, that's the bigger picture. Let's have a look at their energy towards you now. I do love these decks. This deck is also from Tarot Stack. The creator of this deck, I think, blended a beautiful esoteric sort of side with the Lenormand, with their own interpretation of these objects, and it's a beautiful intuitive oracle deck. It's called the Green Glyphs Oracle, and as you can see, I've got way too many cards, so I'm not going to talk about that too much longer. Let's get into what these cards mean for you, Group 2. I want to start with this tincture here. The tincture energy is very much about like a love potion vibe. It's a very profound energy that makes you contemplate what you're doing this for when it comes to why you may have this tincture. Are you trying to elicit a reaction, a response because of how it smells? Or are you trying to persuade somebody to do something that they're not comfortable with by trying to cast a love potion spell on them? With that energy reversed, this person's energy towards you could be that they feel a little caught up in your web, that they kind of fell unassumingly for you in this situation, whether this is romantic or not. It feels like you and this person are entangled, and they may feel at times like this is happening against their will. If we have a look at what the guidebook says about this card, let me bring up some of the key words if I can get to the right page. We have, when this card is reversed, keywords lost love, feeling sick, allergies, and lost hope. And to be honest, that makes a lot of sense with the waning crescent there as well. A tincture can hold anything your heart desires, medicine to heal your wounds, or poison for the bad thoughts. The question is, do you drink from the bottle or do you leave life unaltered? I do wonder if this person is wondering if like too much time has passed. Is it worth saying or doing something? Because if they do need to do or say something, it's got to be big with that Fool card. It's got to be a brand new, baggage-free, fresh start. It can't be a repetition of past events, and it can't just be a cycle again. This person thinks about starting fresh when they think of you. Now, their energy towards you is that you feel like someone that they've already lost. You feel like someone that is a little bit out of reach with the tincture reversed. Having a look at this ghost energy, intuitively this card speaks to me about something that has left in a tangible way. It's no longer with us. With that card being reversed, I think that this person thinks of you often, and I think that their experiences of this connection and what you kind of have been through together are starting to really feel more and more distant, as though this is very much in the past, and as though this connection is something that has expired. I wonder if with this ghost energy reversed, they feel like they're just holding on to an old version of you and this connection that no longer exists. If we have a look at the guidebook, the key words behind this ghost energy are ignoring self, trudging up old feelings, missing in action, and without a trace. A hauntingly familiar shape materializes in front of you. Cloaked with a sheet, you're unsure of who hides underneath. You thought you laid this thing to rest, but it still seems to have unfinished business. Are you ready to peel away the sheet and face what's underneath? I feel like they're wondering if it's worth doing that. Is it worth peeling away the sheet and facing what's underneath? I also get this impression that this person feels like you've changed already, like you're a different person. They may feel like you've had a glow up, like you're looking amazing. They think about the fact that you don't look the same in a good way, like you look better. Let's have a look at this crystal ball energy now. The crystal ball is upright, and before I look at the guidebook, intuitively this is a card of divination for me. It's a card of wanting to seek answers, wanting to see beyond the physical, and to really kind of delve into a space where you're trying to find things that you wouldn't normally see, feel, or hear. So I do think that this person's energy is seeking answers. I think that this person is maybe going to extreme lengths to find information about you. This could be a stalkerish energy of them checking up on you online. But I also think this person is listening through the grapevine. So if you have mutual acquaintances or people like that you each know, they're probably like picking up information about you from these second sources, these secondary sources. I'm getting a social media presence with that energy. So if you do have public accounts, they are probably trying to find information about you on there. Now, from the guidebook, this card talks in terms of keywords. This card says yes, the future, clarity, and inner wisdom. So if you had asked a yes or no answer, the answer is yes. A heavy crystal ball with golden clawfoot legs draws you in. You have so many questions you want answers to. Yet as you stare into the ball, all you see is a reflection of yourself. Maybe you've already got the answer. Look again. This person feels like they're energetically more aware than what they are letting on. Like, I feel like this person knows something that they're like, do I tell this person about that? If this is a platonic connection, I think they have clarity about something that they haven't communicated with you yet, and they're wondering if they should do that because you seem to be thriving. You seem to be in a really good place on your own, so is it worth them approaching you with this information and bringing up the past? That's just a message that's coming through. Now, we do have the runic dice next to it. Intuitively, the runic dice for me is, again, divination, but it can also be about symbols and us kind of relying on, I want to say, the old ways to kind of educate us, because runes to me have very old magic. Not to say the crystal balls don't, but I just feel like the runic energy is older. With that being reversed, it makes me wonder if this person feels like they're thinking a lot about what they've done previously and how that hasn't been successful, how their previous methods haven't worked. I'm also getting this weird energy of them being wary of who's around you right now. They feel like you're very protected. And I think that they're wondering if you even want them around you. If this is a love interest, they are noticing that maybe you have other people that you're interested in. Other people that are liking your posts if they're checking up on you online. Other people that you seem to be occupying your time with. It's a very interesting interpretation of the runic dice. From the guidebook, keywords with this card when it's reversed are about needing routine, recent history, a foggy mind, and spiritual blockages. You toss a set of runic dice on the table. I'm terrible with the pronunciation. Gibo, Fehu, and Ewaz. May your gifts bring fortune and forward movement. Divination has a way of alerting us to the unseen pathways in our lives. Be receptive to what the universe is trying to tell you. So I think, my beautiful group twos, like this person feels like they didn't read the warning signs well enough when it comes to you. I think that when it comes to this connection, their energy is that they made mistakes, they weren't consistent enough, and they aren't really thinking clearly. They almost feel like the universe is protecting you from each other. Let's have a look at this inkwell energy next. Now, intuitively, the inkwell is a symbol of wanting to kind of make a mark, perhaps communicate. It also in this deck talks about a story that hasn't fully been written yet. We still have the potential to finish the story in the way that we want to. With that card reversed, this person is wondering if it's worth it. They may also be wondering if you want to continue things. There's a lot of energy here of unfinished business. From the guidebook, when this card's reversed, we have the keywords held back, avoiding future, intimidated by the unknown, and unwilling to start. A dip of the pen and we're at the beginning again. What came first, the beginning or the end? That's very profound. Or is it all the same either way? The origin of the beginning is almost necessary to search for. If you find it, what will it prove other than that you are no longer there, but well on your way through living, and much closer, in fact, to the middle and the end? Yeah, there's all this contemplation about the status of your connection. Are we at the beginning? Is there a new cycle? Or are we at the end? Have we finished? And that's what the waning crescent with the Fool is also alluding to. Now, with the Lantern, I feel like this person's energy towards you has this mix of leaving a light on, hope, still having a bit of optimism about things getting better before they get worse. But I also get this impression of this person being a little in over their heads on how to act in this situation, how to kind of act in a way that gets them the response that they want from you and from this connection. If we have a look at the guidebook, the key words with this card when it's upright are guidance, understanding, light, and prayer. A mossy stone lantern emits a golden glow. It seems odd that this lantern is lit at all, as the path you took here was covered in leaves, and you haven't seen another being in hours. As you look at the wooded horizon, you notice the same glow from another lantern, and you walk towards it. This person is seeking answers for sure, and I get this impression that they're looking to you for clarity, maybe keeping an eye on you to see whether you're going to give them the information that they need, looking for a sign from you, waiting for you to do what needs to be done. Let's get some channeled messages from them now. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group twos? What does this person want to say? We have, I know you from somewhere, the Six of Cups reversed. I never imagined so much perfection, the Nine of Pentacles. What does this person want to say? We also have the Ace of Pentacles. Whoops. What does this person want to say? We have I'm terrified, the Nine of Swords. And we have I want to start a family with you, the Ten of Pentacles again. I just don't know if this person can give you what you deserve. And that's what's really coming through. There's a lot of desire to be close to you, and there's a lot of desire to be a part of your story, but it feels like it's coming from a self-motivated place where they think that you being in their life would give them a lot of benefits, but it's not in your best interest for them to be in your life. So it does feel like with all these nines, this person feels like, again, this connection is at an ending and a new beginning at exactly the same time. They're just more focused on the fact that there's still a lot of potential here. There's still a lot of opportunity here. If this is a platonic connection, this person definitely is hoping that they haven't pushed you away and that you still have a space in your life for them in any capacity. Now, if this is a romantic connection, it's similar themes. They hope that they haven't pushed you away and they hope you have a space for them. But I feel like this person doesn't want to share you with other people. They don't want to be a part of your life and then have you kind of choose something more permanent with somebody else. And so there is this inner tug of war of, well, am I ready to take up that much space? Am I ready for this person to take up that much space in my life? I feel like they have a lot of pressure to be somebody that they don't feel like they're ready to be because they don't have a lot of experience in being that person. And they may want to remain unattached because it suits their lifestyle. So I do get a selfishness from them, that they're trying to mask as selflessness by kind of keeping their distance because they think they're doing you a favor. Their channeled messages reveal that they feel a very strong connection to you, a very strong bond. They feel as though the memories that you have together, the experiences that you have together have had quite a big impact on them. They truly cherish those experiences. They cherish those moments. But there is this energy of reflection and that being very much in the past. So I don't think that you've had many recent, at least sentimental moments with them. Now, all these nines, or these two nines specifically, it feels like this person really puts you on a pedestal, and their channeled messages talk about how great you are, which makes me think that they may not be seeing themselves in the best way. Their channeled messages talk about you having it all. You're like the full package. You've got a lot going for you. You have a great sense of self and security. So really you're looking, this is their impression, for someone who can just add to what you already have. And they truly hope that you find that. I feel like their channeled messages would be very civil. Like if they were to communicate with you, it's giving very Virgo, very civil. Virgos can also be very petty, but I feel like if they're not communicating much, it's because they're trying to be very civil. They don't want to say something they're going to regret. For the record, they want to be very civil with you. I do think that they see you as a high value person, and that's why we have the Ace of Pentacles. That's them saying you deserve someone who's going to take you seriously. You deserve the best. You deserve the best opportunity. Whatever it is that you're looking for, I hope you find it, right? And it feels like if they were to talk to you via like written text in whatever capacity, whether it's social media or a message on your phone, or even a handwritten email or letter. How do you handwrite an email? Handwritten letter or an email. It would be very almost professional. They would have like a little sign off saying, I wish you all the best. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, with the 9 of Swords being here reversed, there is a bit of this person that's remaining hopeful and optimistic, but I don't see much intention to act upon those optimistic thoughts and feelings at this stage, especially with our 10 of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck. So in your extended reading, we're going to have a deeper look at the energy in this connection. I'll be doing a person A, person B style interpretation of your connection, having a look at each person's energy towards the connection, each person's intentions and next actions towards the connection. We're also going to get an energy reading on your connection overall and what is next in this connection as well. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you want those additional messages, the link to your extended reading is in the description box, as well as the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website, Group 2s, where I host all my extended readings. So please make sure that you're clicking on the right reading before you purchase it. They are sold individually, so you will be Group 2 of the What's on Their Mind reading that I posted in July 2024. If that's where you're heading to, I will see you after this. But before you all go, let me just get an advice card for you from your higher self. What does Group 2's higher self want them to know about this connection? Spirit, what advice? Okay, this is more information. With the 2 of Cups reversed, your higher self wants you to know that the separation is intentional. This is an opportunity for you to focus on your individual needs, for you to have a break, to be able to reflect and process the feelings that you're experiencing, especially if they aren't positive. Your higher self wants you to find the time to actually focus on how you feel when it comes to disappointments. It seems that this connection is creating feelings that are heavier in nature for a reason, because you deserve that joy and stability that we saw with the 4 of Wands. And it does feel like your higher self is encouraging you to use this time apart to understand what you need emotionally from the people in your life. It feels like when this person does come back around, you need to be having conversations with them about your emotional needs and expectations so that they have an awareness of where they stand with you moving forward. That is what I'm seeing for you, my Group 2s. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your support. If this is where you are leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye. Hi my Group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful green heart, I'm pretty sure this is a form of jade because it's so light. But if you recognize this crystal or these cards, you are in the right place. You are my Group 3s. And in today's reading, we're asking Spirit, what is on their mind? The person on your mind, how are they thinking when they think about you? What are their thoughts? So there's a lot to cover in the first part of your reading. If you feel like you need more clarity, there is going to be an extended where we will be focusing on the energy as a whole, having a look at the energy between the two of you, between the connection itself, and we're also going to have a look at what you can expect in terms of what is next and how this energy is evolving. So I'm going to put your crystal back down there, and we're going to leave your cards in the middle, and I'm going to shuffle out some tarot for you. So Spirit, please help me tune me into Group 3's energy so that I may offer Group 3 the most clear, honest messages. Tune me into Group 3's energy, Spirit. What is this person thinking about when they think about Group 3? What does this person think about, Spirit, when they think about Group 3? We have the Five of Wands coming out first. I'm really feeling drawn to all the flies on this photo. What does this person think about, Spirit, when they feel drawn to Group 3? Number 3 could be significant because we have Mercury, which makes me think of the third house. Then we have 3 flies and 3 eyes. We also have the Four of Wands coming out upright. What does this person think about, Spirit, when they think of Group 3? What's on their mind? We have the Three of Wands reversed. So all wands at this stage. That's interesting. What does this person think about when they think of Group 3? We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Oops. And at the back of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards my Group 3s? What is this person's energy towards my Group 3's, Spirit? Okay. We have the Spoon coming out first. What is this person's energy towards my Group 3's, Spirit? We have the Pig coming out reversed. What is this person's energy? We have Gazebo. And we have Snail. Gazebo's in a weird position. Spirit wants me to read the reversal for that too. And then we have Snail. Okay, at the back of this deck is Drain. Wow. Okay. The first thing I'm hearing is who hurt you. This person's energy is a little negative at times. They're a pessimistic thinker is how it's being interpreted to me. So they don't have the most positive thoughts about this connection and about their connection to you. So let's have a look. We're going to start with this Mercury and Void of Course energy, Group 3. I really think that overall this person's thoughts they're almost obsessive, like they can't stop thinking about you. Mercury tells me that they spend a lot of time thinking about you and this connection. But the Void of Course is about feeling like you're not going anywhere. So they spend a lot of time thinking about the emptiness, the void space, the answers, the unknown. It feels like they're almost stuck in this energy of what if and what could be. So I do think that this person may spend a lot of time thinking about you, checking up on you online. There may also be an energy here of having to block each other in order to create healthy boundaries, healthy space. I am seeing with all these wands that chose to come out first, this person's thoughts of you they kind of work themselves up into a bit of a frustration, like a frenzy. They let their thoughts get the better of them and they get a bit heated, like they get frustrated, they get a little angry about this connection and about where things could go. Because I do think that for a lot of you, this person is thinking about the other people around you. They may think that you have bad influences around you or that you have people who kind of get into your ears and who think about, who kind of influence you to do things that aren't good. I feel like this person compares themselves to you quite a lot, my group 3s. And if this is a platonic connection, this comparison energy is very competitive. It is very much a way of fueling their own self-worth. And it also seems, I'm hearing it funds the connection. So if this person isn't feeling great, they probably don't bring a good energy to the connection. If they are feeling good about themselves, the only way to maintain that is by being very critical of you. So there's some sort of connection here to siblings with Mercury, but that's how it's being likened to me, is like as a relationship that's like very competitive, like competitive siblings who compare themselves to each other in an unhealthy dynamic to the point where it ruins the familial bond. Now, if we have a look at their thoughts, focusing specifically on tarot, this person thinks of you in a very critical way. They spend a lot of time analyzing you, really hyper-fixating on things that have happened in your connection. I'm getting that Virgo energy where it's unhealthy. It's that energy of like hyper-fixating on little things and really kind of striving for perfection. This person may have very high standards that they project onto you, but they also come across as somebody that has a lot of insecurities that they project onto you and onto this connection. With the 3 of Wands in the reverse position, their thoughts about you are a kind of reflection of the lack of opportunities that they have. This person is giving me envious vibes. Like, I do think that they envy your circumstances, and they may be specifically referencing opportunities that you're given to travel or to experience things or to be around people. They feel like you get the attention that you don't deserve. And I think with the 3 of Wands reversed, it may not be like full blown out, like I don't want you to go through these things, like I feel like you don't deserve them. It might be more of like a questioning how you got there and how you got to do these things when they feel like it shouldn't have been possible. With the 3 of Wands reversed, there is this feeling here of tension and frustration that stems from a feeling of like not being able to get somewhere, as though they have their own goals or aspirations that they haven't been able to singularly achieve. And so that's where I feel that they project onto you. This person may also have been under the impression that you were both going to do certain things together, tick boxes together, or achieve things together. And now they feel like you're doing that without them. So that could be where the jealousy is coming from. They could be jealous of the other people around you, or just the fact that you get to do these things and they don't. I see that they often think about reaching out to you and communicating with you, especially if this person does still check up on you and look at your stories from time to time. I feel like this person is wanting to kind of use social media or any excuse to kind of get in contact with you. Ace of Swords is telling me that communication is very prevalent. When they think of you, they think about how to talk to you, how to open up a way to communicate with you. The other ones on this side of the equation, because it feels like a little bit of an equation, are really talking about a sense of stability. And when they think of you, I do think that they think about their home life or their childhood, or just like the aspects of stability that they are craving and seeking. There's a part of this person's lifestyle that they seem to feel comes from this connection, either because you inspire them to lead a certain lifestyle, or because you and they share a similar lifestyle, and there could be this sort of keeping up with the Joneses energy between you. Other than that, the 4 of Wands is a feeling of peace and harmony. So if this is a family connection, I feel like this person does want you to have that level of peace, and I think that they are concerned about people around you not respecting that and maybe not giving you the chance to really enjoy that for yourself. They may be worried about louder personalities around you and how these personalities influence you to do things that disturb your peace. If this is a friendship or any other form of platonic connection, I feel like the 4 of Wands is about this person genuinely trying to match your energy I think that they do want to maintain some form of friendship with you, some form of acquaintanceness, whatever this is, and really just trying to kind of keep up with you within their means, because they still feel like they don't quite match your energy completely. Now, for those who resonate as this being a romantic connection or a love interest, I feel like the Four of Wands is this person thinking about how to bring more harmony into your connection. It feels like you guys could be talking about an ex here, or somebody who you're still trying to figure out and you don't really understand how they fit in your life. When they think of you, they think about the warmth in this connection and the fact that they want more of you. They think about the way that you make them feel, and they also think about trying to bring more harmony into this connection and a level of peace. Because the Five of Wands is here next to the Four of Wands, it actually came out first. There is this overall energy of disruption, chaos, conflict, and competition that seems to be the primary thought when they think of this connection. So for all of you, regardless of whether this is platonic, familial, or romantic, this person is thinking about the conflicts, the challenges in this connection. When they think of you, they think about what needs to change in order for you to get to that peaceful state. And I think that most of all, they think about how they're going to communicate all of this with you. For Mercury and the Ace of Swords to be here, there is this strong desire to communicate from this space that feels void. I'm feeling called to read from the guidebook when it comes to that void of course energy, so there could be something in here that is beneficial. Let me see, where are we? Whoops. Oh, did I do it? I did. My bad. I picked up the right book, but I flipped to the wrong page. So void of course, according to the guidebook, after the moon has made her last aspect to other planets in a particular sign, and as she moves unexpected to the next sign, we say she is void of course. She carries no energy in particular from any sign or planet, and in this neutral state she has a neutral influence. When the moon is void of course, we are advised to find rest and retreat, and to refrain from initiating matters of future importance. They likely will have to be readdressed later in the cycle. This is not a phase of the lunar cycle, but a common astrological phenomenon. So key terms include neutrality, rest, and emptiness. In light, the void of course moon is a reminder to rest, reflect, and find pause. I think that overall the energy of this connection is that this person may feel like they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. There could be a lot of opinions about this connection, and this person may at times feel like they're playing peacemaker, if that resonates. This could be somebody who feels like they have to defend you, but they also have to answer for somebody else. So I do think that the void of course energy is an energy of reflection, pausing, and trying to remain somewhat neutral. With that being said, I also think that there is still this feeling of like hyperfixation when it comes to the connection. This person is still nitpicking something about this connection and trying to find a way forward, because it feels like you have hit a roadblock with that Three of Wands. So when we come down to their energy towards you, we see a few more pieces to the puzzle, at least I do as your reader. I see with drain being your bottom deck energy, this person is trying to purge and release a level of toxicity that was present in this connection. The drain energy is about releasing toxic sludge and getting rid of waste, and just trying to have an outlet for some heavier feelings or emotions or energy. So I think that overall, this person may feel like this connection needs to go through a purge, where there is an opportunity to release and to really sort of expel and express some heavier stuff. The spoon is interesting. It's kind of a nod to the silver spoon metaphor or analogy. This idea of privilege and substance. In this spread, it feels like their energy towards you is about them feeling like you have the upper hand in some way, or that you are somebody who other people respect. I think that energetically, their energy towards you is that you are privileged in the situation, especially if there has been conflict. They think that you're the one that's come out doing a lot better than what they're doing. With the pig energy reversed, the pig is also a bit greedy and can be a sign of gluttony. When it's reversed, it could feel like somebody's being a bit stingy. So they may feel like what you have to offer isn't being extended to them. It also can be an energy of controlling and just somebody who's very tightly wound. This is also somebody who feels like they're self-absorbed to the point where they're missing the point. So this person has a very critical way of looking at you, and it feels quite harsh. It feels like they really do kind of overanalyze and judge you. But I think that this is in relation to a very specific situation that happened. It's in relation to your reaction to this Five of Wands moment, this conflict moment. The gazebo energy is a lot more fond, and it kind of pulls us back into that Four of Wands energy. The gazebo is a reflection of happy memories, summertime, a chance to kind of have fun and listen to music and be in a park and enjoy the good weather. So that to me is saying that their energy towards you is that there is this appreciation for you and for who you are at the best of times, but they just primarily are focused on who you have been at the worst of times and how these negative challenges or changes have impacted that summery, carefree, fun energy. I think that their energy towards you is that they have this appreciation for who you are and for the warmth that you bring, but they seem to need to let go of something else, or they need to kind of bring something else to the surface in order to focus more on this gazebo energy. So I do think with the snail being here overall, there is a feeling, especially with it being under the Knight of Pentacles, there is a feeling here of a slower pace needing to be rushed. Instead of feeling like we have time to really figure out these things, we have to kind of make it happen sooner than what we thought, because it's impacting other areas of our life, or it's impacting the way that we make choices. Specifically looking at the guidebook, that snail's energy in the reverse position has keywords like irritable, short-term, fragility, and sluggishness. And the guidebook talks about how snails can teach us to not give up, that life is about the journey, and that determination can teach us that even though things are long and journeys can seem arduous, it's not time to give up. Slowing down and having patience are important values that we learn. So with all that energy being reversed, I just feel like this person's energy towards you is that you seem to be a little bit removed from their life, from their struggles, and from what they're going through. And that could be part of their problem too, because they haven't been communicating, because your connection has been in this void space, and they realize that they need to open up a conversation with you to really let you in on their world and to kind of get on the same page again. But overall, I just feel like they're still being very judgmental of how you're leading your life. So let's have a look at the key themes in your connection as you move. Oh, am I doing that here, Spirit? No, we're getting channeled messages from them. The key themes are about in your extended reading. Let's get some channeled messages from this person to better understand what they're thinking of when they think of you. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group threes? I heard all bark and no bite. So I think this person's thoughts are not a reflection of how they would actually treat you. We have the Ace of Swords coming out again. It's the first card too, so it's going almost over the other Ace of Swords. What does this person want to say to my group threes, Spirit? We have I'm a very jealous person. Yeah, going over the Five of Wands as well. Very jealous. I got a lot of cards coming out, so I feel like this person has a lot to say. They might have a lot to explain as well. We have the Seven of Cups. Do you even see me that way? What else does this person want to say to my group threes, Spirit? We have I'm too afraid to talk, the Seven of Swords. else does this person want to say? I'm just going to get one more card. We have the Eight of Swords. I'm too afraid to talk to you. At the back of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. I don't want to lose you reversed. This person feels like this connection is barely hanging on. The Four of Pentacles reversed, like they may feel like you've let go of them or they've had to let go of you. I don't feel like I have you anymore. I don't feel like I own you anymore. I'm also wondering if there's too much water under the bridge. I heard, can we let bygones be bygones? They may need to be civil because of their connection to you, especially if this is a platonic connection or if you have children with this person. There is an interesting feeling here of maybe needing to be in each other's lives in a somewhat civil way. But I just think that there is also a feeling of like boundaries and letting go and not kind of smothering each other. So with the Ace of Swords up there, I kind of don't want to touch the cards. I'm sorry, but this person's energy is just not inviting. It's very, and I feel like they have a lot to say to you. That's the thing, but I don't want to like take on too much of their energy. So with that Ace of Swords up there on the left, I do think that this person has a conversation that they have in mind. And I think that most of you could expect communication from this person very soon. I'm hearing within the month. For a lot of you, if that's what you're, open to. If you don't want to hear from this person, if you don't want communication, then put that out there because the universe will respect your wishes. If this is not something that you want, it's not going to happen. But I do think that for those who are open to it, communication can be expected within the next month. I'm a very jealous person. It kind of tells me that between the two of you, there is an energy of envy. I don't think this person is, like, it's almost like they're jealous of you, but they're also jealous of the people around you. And not from a place of possessiveness, like they don't want to own you, but they just sort of feel like you don't deserve everything that you have, and they question how you got it. They question how you're able to do the things that you do and have access to the people that you have access to, and how I think this person sees you as a very warm person as well. And so they miss that. They miss being close in that way, in the way that you make people feel when you give them attention. So with the sevens next to that energy, I just feel like there's part of this person that knows that if they do communicate with you, they have to be very objective. They have to be very friendly. They have to be civil. They can't just have small talk. They may have tried to do small talk, or they may be thinking like small talk could be a good way of testing the waters with group 3. But I think that there's a lot more that they want to say that they hold back on. Instead of really opening up and communicating, these sevens at the end, the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, it's kind of saying that I hold back. Like I'm purposefully isolating and I'm purposefully biting my tongue. I'm purposefully withholding information from you. And I do think that this person may have restricted you so that you don't get to see everything that they do. And they may also have restricted your access to them, or vice versa. With that Seven of Cups in the middle, do you even see me that way? I feel like this person is not confused. I think that their heart is clear. I think that they're at a point where emotionally they've had to focus on other options, on other choices. And I do think that this person's journey is at a pretty pivotal time in which they need to make some important decisions about their life. And the reason why they're thinking like this about you is because they can't help but think of that Five of Wands and how that is impacting their ability to make these decisions for themselves. There is a selfishness around this person's energy, and yet they still feel like even though they're very focused on themselves, you and your connection to them is still impacting the way that they see themselves and the way that they treat themselves and the way that they handle their business. So with the Seven of Cups reversed, I feel like this person is saying, I made it pretty obvious that, emotionally, I stand where I stand in this connection. Like I've made it pretty obvious to you. I don't really have anything else that I need to say, but there's a lot that they could say that they're holding back. I hope that makes sense. I feel like that doesn't make sense to me, but I hope that it resonates for the people who it's meant for. So that's really what I'm seeing when it comes to this person's energy towards you, their thoughts of you, and what they would like to say to you. I need to get you some advice now from your higher self. As I shuffle, if you need more clarity on this connection, I'm going to be jumping into the extended reading straight after this, where we will have a look at your energies towards each other. And the way that I'm doing that is through person A and person B format, where I will have a look at each person's energy towards the connection, each person's intentions towards the connections, and each person's next action towards the connection. And then we're going to have a look at the energy of the connection itself, the main themes that you can expect in the next stage of this connection, and we're also going to get advice from spirit for each person. That extended reading could be helpful if you need more clarity, and if you also need to be prepared for what is to come in this connection. So the extended reading link is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link does take you to my website where I host all my extended readings, so please make sure you click on the right group and the right reading. You are group 3 of the What's on Their Mind reading that I posted in July 2024. Double check, triple check before you check out and spend any money. Spirit, what does group 3's higher self have to say about this connection? What advice does group 3's higher self have about this connection? What is group 3's higher self? Okay, we got 2 cards. The first card is Release in the reverse position, number 13. This has Scorpio and Pluto influences. And we have the Ace of Swords again. This is the 3rd time you've got this card. This time it's in an oracle deck and it is reversed. Clarity of belief in that deck. At the back of the deck we have the Moon, which is Confront. And if you look at this card, there's a child in this person's shadow, and they're looking into this archway that's resembling a nighttime. So I almost feel like your higher self is saying this connection probably still triggers you in some ways, and there's aspects of this connection when you clicked on this reading that is still very much needing to be addressed, mostly because with the Confront card and the Release card here, I don't think that this person is going to be able to give you the closure nor the clarity that you deserve. So your closure and clarity is going to need to come from within. It's going to need to come from the information that you already have, and it's going to need to come from you identifying what triggers you about this person, if anything. If it's not specific triggers, it could be feelings. It could be that whenever this person is mentioned or whenever you think about them for too long, a specific feeling comes up. You need to kind of delve into that feeling and understand it a little bit better. Why do you feel that way? What is that feeling? Is it regret? Is it a longing? Is it a missing? Or is it an anger? Is it a feeling of frustration? Is it a feeling of annoyance? Is it a feeling of love that you're feeling guilty for? What is that feeling? And I do think that there is a lot of opportunity here to introspect. But if you do need more help, you're being asked to discuss this with a trusted person, with either a loved one or a professional. And there are a lot of benefits of turning to a professional. It's mainly the anonymity, the fact that you don't have to talk to somebody who knows you and this person and the whole situation. Talking to somebody who is removed from the situation can be very beneficial. But also a professional is trained to be able to use leading questions and prompts that help you uncover the way that you feel and get to the bottom of these feelings. If you were to communicate to a loved one, I believe that you would need to be safe or feel safe enough to be able to communicate authentically without protecting this person or yourself. So that's why I think a professional would be best. Otherwise, a lot of introspection, a lot of journaling, and using resources online to help prompt you into this introspection. The Release card reversed is your higher self saying that there is still baggage here. there is still a sense of attachment that is keeping you from fully embracing the next chapter of your life, and it's kind of keeping you from being completely emotionally available and open to receive the goodness that you deserve in your experiences we call life. So with the released energy reversed, there's some sort of blockage or attachment to a negative emotion that you need to identify and purge. With the Ace of Swords reversed, your higher self is saying there is some information here you've been denying within yourself. And I'm only calling you out like this because I want you to be able to move forward and truly feel and enjoy the love that you deserve. With the Ace of Swords reversed, some of you have been trying to deny instead of see, feel, and identify. And I think that we need to stop running. With Ace of Swords reversed, there is an energy here of either a mistake was made or an idea hasn't been fully entertained, and it's because we haven't fully explored that idea, we're still feeling attached to this in some way. So I think that you guys may need to decide whether communication is helpful or not, and whether you should be the one that initiates it or not. And if you weren't the one to initiate it, is it helpful or not? The Ace of Swords reverse could be you deciding whether to completely block this person or whether to keep that door open moving forward. So that's what I see for you, my group 3s. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now. As I said, link in the description box and pinned comment if that's where you're joining me. Before you go, wherever you're going, thank you so much for all of your support right here on YouTube. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you today. Thank you for joining me and trusting me with your messages. And I wish you all the best on your journey moving forward. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy. Bye for now until our paths cross again. Hi my group 4s, and welcome to your extended reading. If you recognize these nails and this beautiful crystal heart as well as the mutable card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. I'm going to put your crystal up there. We're asking Spirit, what is on their mind when they think about you? So it is important that you've come to this reading with a specific person in mind, group 4. There is going to be an extended reading as well, where we will have a look at the energy in your connection and just get some more information about how the two of you are moving your connection forward. But I do want to shuffle some cards out and focus more on what is on this person's mind when this person thinks of you. We got to start here to get there. So, Spirit, tune me into my group 4's energy. When that person thinks of them, what do they think about, Spirit? My group 4s. What does this person think about when they think about my group 4s? Okay, I got a few cards. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups. Spirit, what does this person think about when they think about group 4? We have the 8 of Swords reversed. What does this person think about when they think about group 4s? Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles upright, and at the back of this deck we have the Sun reversed. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards my group 4s? What is this person's energy towards my group 4s, please, Spirit? We have Cuckoo Clock. What is this person's energy towards my group 4s? We have Candles. And we have Phone Call at the back of the deck. So, having a look at this person's energy, I feel like they're at a point where they may be, I don't want to say assuming, but it does kind of feel like they have maybe approached this connection differently to how they intended to. I see somebody who's kind of missing you, group 4. This person seems to be really missing you. So I kind of want to talk about their energy first. I didn't do this for the other groups. And then I want to have a look at what they think of when they think about you. So starting with this phone call energy, a primary feeling here in their energy is contact. This person may have left you hanging, or there may be communication that they are expecting to have with you. And it almost feels like it's in the air. With phone call reversed, they may have either left communication on your end, or they may be aware of the fact that there needs to be a conversation soon. I'm almost getting this energy of like, I just keep hearing I left it all in the air, but I'm also feeling this energy of like miscommunication and almost like they need to explain themselves. So from the guidebook, the phone call card says, ring, ring. Is it a dreaded call, or are they just calling again to try to extend your car warranty? Ring, or maybe it's good news. You don't recognize this number. Do you pick up? Now, when this card is reversed, key themes are missed connection, running late, waiting for news, and wrong number. I feel like this person misses you for sure. Wrong number. Have you blocked each other or something? Do they not have your contact information? Is that what the problem is? Did they forget to keep up with you and keep in contact with you? Cuckoo clock is a little bit different. This was the first card that came out when I asked about their energy towards you. So I feel like this person with cuckoo clock is honestly feeling like they may have run out of time with you. It almost feels like they were waiting, or they kind of put action or communication with you on the back burner, and unfortunately they just didn't get around to doing things the way that they should have, or with the amount of effort that they should have. I just feel like they ran out of time. From the guidebook, this card says you're in an excuse me. You are in an old kitchen. You notice a retro cuckoo clock on the wall nearing 4 o'clock. As the minute hand hits 12, the little bird pops out of its window. You're distracted by the repetitive movement of the bird. By the time you recenter yourself, you have forgotten what you were thinking about, or were you just waiting for the time to pass? When it's reversed, these themes are late, broken record, same advice, and stalled. It's going to be interesting to see how those themes come back when we look at their thoughts, because I'm already getting an energy here of wrong advice. With candle, intuitively I feel like this is about like missing and reminiscing, and just like their energy is very much focused on the past, but there is also a feeling here of like leaving a light on for you, for this connection, for how things in this connection could evolve in the future. And with that candle's energy reversed, we are wondering whether this person may have misplaced their energy or their intentions previously. Now, I do know a little bit about this card, but from the guidebook, this card says 7 candles light up a cold, dark space. Ancient glyphs are carved into the wax of the thicker candles as an attempt to ward off evil. These candles were lit with great intention for inner healing. Now that they have shown themselves to you, it is up to you to follow through. Now, with this card being reversed, the key themes are mysterious, evil, diabolical, and clouded judgment. So I do think that overall, this person's energy towards you is that they may have done something here with clouded judgment that could be perceived as not in your best interest, group 4. I'm sorry, I've got a little tickle in my throat from when I was overseas, and I'm still kind of getting rid of it, but I feel good. But my apologies for coughing into the microphone. That's why I'm talking about it. I kind of want to have a look at their thoughts now. And I'm sorry if I'm very scattered, because it's almost like reading this person is taking a lot of effort. So I don't know if they are open. I think that they have maybe been very careful and selective about who they share these thoughts and feelings with. And if anybody, they may be spending a lot of time alone. It just feels like it's hard to kind of get to their core of how they are feeling and their energy towards you. So let's talk about their thoughts now. I do first off think that this person thinks of you more than they want to. I think that they almost try not to think about you. And I kind of feel like this person's energy is a little bit like reminiscent. I've never really used that word before, but like there's almost this energy here of them just trying to keep it low key. Now, with the Sun card reversed, overall, their thoughts about you tend to take a more serious or have a more serious undertone. I think that there is a level of pessimism as well as a feeling of nostalgia to their thoughts. I think this person prefers to think about the happier moments with you. They may spend a lot of time reflecting on key memories with you that could have involved other people as well. But there is this overall idea that their thoughts stem from fondness and nostalgia. So there's a great level of like adoration here, and also just warmth that they have for you. But that feeling doesn't extend to their present moment. It's a feeling of the past and how warm and adoring you were in their life, or they were towards you in the past. With the Nine of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, I kind of get this feeling that a lot of this person's thoughts are things that they have to really conjure up. I think that they are holding on to the thought of you, the memory of you, the idea of you. And I think with the Four of Pentacles being here, they don't like to share these thoughts with many people, if any. So the Four of Pentacles is an energy of really clinging and holding on to something for the fear of losing it. And it isn't honestly like the best approach to any situation, but in a connection, whether this is platonic or romantic, this can indicate that they don't have a lot of exchanges with you. They don't have a lot of experience with you, or experiences or memories with you. And that could be a past feeling more than anything, but it is still impacting the present. So I do think that overall, with the Four of Pentacles being here, there is a strong feeling that the two of you are, I don't want to say struggling, but from their perspective, they are feeling as though there's not a lot happening right now. So a lot of their thoughts are memories that they seem to be holding on to. With the Nine of Cups there specifically, this person thinks very highly of you, Group 4. They have very fond thoughts of you. When they do think about you, the nature of these thoughts are very positive, and I think it really boosts their mood to think of you, which makes me think that whatever they're going through is a they thing. It's not because of you. It's not a problem that you've created, or it's not because of this connection even. They are likely going through something personally and internally with the Nine of Cups next to that Sun card reversed. Their mental health may be impacted by a overall low mood, but I think the Nine of Cups is reminding us that you in their eyes are a very positive influence, and they almost see you overall as someone who is kind of like a wish fulfillment, for lack of a better word. I know that phrase gets thrown around a lot with the Nine of Cups, but I think that they think really highly of you. They look up to you, and they just see you as a very positive person with a very positive influence on them. So let's have a look over here now. With that Eight of Swords, I can see that when they think of you, what is on their mind is the fact that they need to get out of their shell. I think with the Eight of Swords being here, this person has probably isolated themselves. They may have limited contact with you, and they may have also limited communication. So That Eight of Swords is indicating that overall, this person thinks about the fact that they need to step up, that they need to change their actions, they need to get out of their head, and they need to start being more assertive with their actions and their communication. That Eight of Swords in the reverse position is kind of hinting that this person may have felt like a bit of a victim of circumstance, and now they're trying to see differently. They're trying to gain a more positive mindset, and they're also trying to just be overall more clear-minded and in control of their thoughts. They're not letting their thoughts dictate them. They may have let their thoughts kind of control their actions, and now they're seeing themselves as someone who can be in control of their thoughts and actions. So I don't know what they've been going through, but they've been having a really hard time getting on top of their mental health overall. So with this 10 of Pentacles at the end, there is a beautiful message here of longevity. And I think that this person truly values you and your presence in their life, regardless of whether this is platonic or romantic. If there is a family connection, they really, really appreciate that bond and that connection that you have. If you have children with this person, they cherish what you've been able to create together. But for all of you, this 10 of Pentacles is them acknowledging that the two of you could have a beautiful future together, really. You are somebody that they would want in their life long term, and the 10 of Pentacles is really a testament to their thoughts being very values based when they think of you. This is an energy of valuing you, your connection, the time that you've given to each other, and recognizing that there needs to be consistency and effort consistently contributed in order for this connection to really bloom and blossom and continue to grow. So they do think about the future when they think of you. They think about how happy you make each other, how they don't want to let go of that, how they need to really get out of their head, and how they need to be more realistic about this connection. This person may have enjoyed a honeymoon period with you in the beginning where it felt very natural and easy, and now they're recognizing that as life has taken its many turns, you guys do need to put in more effort and really kind of focus if this is what you want together. So that's what I'm kind of seeing. I don't really know what else to talk about with that, so I kind of want to pull some channeled messages and just see what else this person would like to say to you. For my group 4s, please, Spirit. What does this person want to say to my group 4s, please, Spirit? What does this person want to say to my group 4s, please, Spirit? We have I need more time, the 4 of Pentacles, or it could be the 4 of Swords in this case, actually. But it feels like time, so the Pentacles. What does this person want to say to group 4, please, Spirit? What does this person want to say? We have be more selfish in the reverse position. What else does this person want to say? We have no. What does this person want to say to my viewers? We have the 8 of Cups. I left because you told me to. What is this person? Oh, okay. We have you make me want to do bad things, and something just fell on the ground. Oh. We have sex with you, the 6 of Wands. Okay, at the back of this deck is you are right in the reverse position. So this person feels like you may have a misconception that they need to clear up. There may be a misunderstanding, that they understand why you would think that way. I feel like this person owes you an explanation, group 4, especially if the way that they think about you is not in alignment with your experience of the situation. I have a feeling that your extended reading is going to be very interesting. Because we're going to break the connection down looking at how you both kind of feel about each other, looking at both your energies and getting a better scope of like where the connection is at by looking at the situation objectively. So I'm going to do person A, person B, and whoever you resonate as, then your person is the other person. So I think that that's going to be a little bit more telling, especially if the first part of this connection is this reading has made you feel a little like, what? How is that possible? So the thing is, when we look at their channeled messages, we see somebody who seems to be making a lot of excuses. I almost wonder if this person has a lot of explaining to do and is kind of feeling like they could have handled themselves a lot better. Now, looking at your bottom deck energy, you are right in the reversed. I kind of touched on that. It's basically saying to me that they have something they need to explain to you because they feel like there's been a misunderstanding. You've taken something the wrong way, or something's just kind of been misconstrued and they need to set the record straight. This was on the ground, and it's essentially a card of validation. It is a card of wanting success and victory and kind of like external validation from you. I feel like as a channeled message, that's this person saying the way that you see them, the way that you treat them means a lot, and it really impacts their self-esteem. And they really enjoy it when you do give them attention and when you do feed energy into this connection. I think that this person is missing your attention, especially if you've been without contact for some time. Now, if you have been in contact, I do think that this person wants to continue that balance of equal give and take, and they want to make sure that you are both continuing to invest energy into this. If you've been intimate with this person, they really enjoyed that, and they feel like that experience really elevated the way that they see themselves. I think that this person would want more intimacy with you as well. Now, with the Four, I want to say, of Swords, that I need more time. The overall message that I'm getting is that this person feels like they need to manage their resources a little bit better. There is a feeling here of them wanting space to be able to sort something out in their material world. And that's why I was feeling like the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, it feels a bit mixed, and it feels like overall this is a message of resource management. This person may have been struggling to keep this connection a priority because they are trying to stay on top of other stuff that they have going on, and they're saying that they need more time to sort themselves out and to consolidate their thoughts as well. With Be More Selfish reversed, I believe that this person is saying that they really kind of want your empathy and your compassion and your patience right now. This is somebody who is hoping to appeal to your humanitarian side and is really hoping that you're being patient with them and that you aren't giving up on this connection yet. With No reversed, I think that this person is defending some of what they've had to do, even if it's led to miscommunication or no communication at all. There's an element here of excuses and them needing to explain themselves. So I think that this person has a lot to answer to, but they're also indicating that it's not as bad as it seems. It's a lot more straightforward of a story on their ends. And when they do come through with communication, they think that it's going to really clear things up. So don't assume the worst. With the Eight of Cups being here, I do think that this person has had to emotionally walk away from this connection to prioritize their mental health, their emotional well-being. It's not to say that you did anything wrong, but I also think that this person's moods have not been the greatest. I think that this person was going through a low mood and they've had to really just check out and prioritize their own feelings and just getting their mental health back on track. That's kind of what they want you to know more than anything. This connection is a very tempting connection. Like, they feel very drawn to you, very attracted to you, whether this is platonic or romantic. You and this person may have not been the best of influences on each other, but I think that's also an indication of how this person has been using scapegoats, and they may have been running from some issues for quite some time, and then it just so happened that while you and this connection were really kind of kicking off and becoming more prominent in their lives, all of these issues kind of became raised to the surface, and now we're here where they need to address all of these problems and concerns. So I think that this person may have been running from themselves a little bit and running from some stuff that they needed to do, some shadow work, as well as some attachment issues. With the devil being here at all, this person is probably someone that likes vices, and they may be relying on their vices to kind of boost themselves a little bit. They're specifically talking about you, though, with this card, and how their attachment to you hasn't always been healthy, and so they may be working on trying to kind of balance that sense of attachment out. They may also be acknowledging how they've been inconsistent because their attachment to you is not coming from a very healthy or balanced place. So they may have used this connection at times to run away from the other aspects of their lives, which could have come across as almost love bombing to you, or just really bombarding you with their energy and their time, where they should have really just come on a little bit more consistently and slowly and fed other energy in towards other aspects of their life as well. And that's not fair for you, because then you got used to them being here in the way that they were, and now that they need to kind of focus energy in other areas of their life, they can't give as much attention to you as they had been previously. So that's what's kind of coming through with that card. To summarize your reading, I do want to get advice from your higher self. We got a lot of their perspective on the situation. So what does your higher self want you to know? Spirit, tune me into Group 4's higher self. What does Group 4's higher self want them to know about this connection? Or what advice does Group 4's higher self have for them about this connection, Spirit? Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Are we upright or reversed, please, Spirit? Okay. We have the Heart Chakra reversed. Wow, that nearly fell over. Lucky. And we have the Third Eye reversed. It's a lot of reversals. At the back of the deck is the Eight of Cups. Your higher self wants you to continue to seek your fulfillment from whatever direction feels right, which means that while it's important that you hold love for this person, you do not need to relinquish all the space in your heart to just this connection. Your higher self is strongly encouraging you to not limit your opportunities to connect and to experience connection with other people just because you feel something profound with this person. Now, there is an immediate message here of pull back your effort. With the Eight of Pentacles here, this is about mirroring this person's energy for now and appreciating the fact that they aren't doing enough of the right stuff for you to be the most loyal and committed that you should be. Whether this is platonic or romantic, it is in your best interest to pull back your effort and to really redistribute your resources. When we think about time and quality time as well, there are other areas of your life that you should be feeding those resources into. Now, this Eight of Pentacles is a strong message of paying attention to what you're given. And now I do think that you guys have a lot to offer. For the Eight of Pentacles to be here, this is your higher self reminding you that your time is precious. We cannot get time back once it is spent. So really consider how you are investing time and pull back the time that you are giving to this connection so that you can give it to other areas of your life that it deserves to be distributed towards. With this Heart Chakra reversed, your higher self is strongly encouraging you to rethink the expectations that you have around this connection, because I don't think that it is fulfilling. Emotionally speaking, there's something about this person's version of this connection versus your experience that doesn't add up. And your Heart Chakra reversed as your higher self's advice is also indicating that healing needs to happen before we extend any compassion, empathy, and love towards this person. We have to actually identify what our heart needs. We have to be selfish with our emotions, with our heart space, and with our healing. Your higher self wants you to be very careful about giving what you don't actually have to this person. Think about distributing that to yourself first and foremost, including respect, empathy, patience, care, compassion, all of that. Now, with the third eye chakra reverse, your higher self is indicating that you may be seeking too many answers and too much information when it comes to this connection. You already have all the information that you need. You continuously divinating is only going to confuse what you already know to be true. The third eye chakra reversed is, as advice, a reminder of how important it is to practice discernment and to stay grounded as the oracle in your own life. You do need to be able to discern from every message versus your truth. Now, I do think that your intuition has been trying to keep you informed and aware of what is happening in this situation, and you have to trust that you already have all the answers that you need. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group 4s. I'm going to take this into your extended reading if you feel called to join me there. So our extended reading is going to break this connection down a little bit more, examining both of your energies towards each other in a person A and person B format. We're going to look at both people's energies towards this connection, both people's intentions towards this connection, and both people's actions towards this connection. Then we're going to get the energy of the connection, and we're going to have a look at what is happening next in this connection before we get more advice from Spirit on what is in your best interest moving forward. So if that sounds important, helpful, or entertaining, the link to your extended reading is in the description box as well as the pinned comment. That link does take you to my website where I host many extended readings. So please make sure you click on the right group and the right reading. Remember your group 4 of my What's on Their Mind reading that I posted in July 2024. If this is where we're parting ways, thank you so much for all your time, all your effort, all your energy. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for this energy exchange and for trusting me as your reader today. I appreciate you so much for being here. And if this is where we're parting ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead, as well as prosperity. Look after your beautiful selves until our paths cross again. Bye.